2 years ago, the childhood home that my wife grew up in burned down. Her family lost everything. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the fire, but what was fascinating was they didn't care about anything they lost except for the family photo albums. We all grew up with photo albums. They're how we told stories, they brought us joy. And yet today, our photographs are scattered across social media feeds and multi-purpose devices. Until now. Joy is the world's first smart photo album. It's a beautiful 13-inch touchscreen that's designed specifically for storytelling. When you're not using the device, it sits on the magnetic charging stand and displays your photos and videos in your living room. And when your friends and family come over, they pick up the device, bring it to the couch, and they can now flip through your favorite stories from your entire life. Our software automatically lays your photos and videos out into beautiful spreads. And because we're a cloud-first device, you can actually have unlimited photos and videos on your Joy album. So you must be wondering, how do I get my photos and videos onto my Joy album? Well, we have a free iOS and Android app where you can access the photos from your camera roll, create albums, and you can share them with your friends and family with their email address. And in an instant, you'll create an album both on your phone, on your Joy album, and your friends and family will receive an email with a web link to that album. So why not a tablet? That's the big question. Well, Joy is curated. Your tablet is essentially a bigger phone, and it has all the screenshots and selfies that you don't want anyone else to see. Joy is just the curated photos and videos that you want to save forever and you want to show off to your friends and family. Joy is frictionless. Your Joy album comes with this magnetic charging stand. It has no ports, no wires, no cover screen, no password, no lock screen, and no apps. Just joy, pure joy. And lastly, we have a feature called Storytime, where you can actually have a voice call between one Joy album and another. So my mom, who lives on the East Coast, can actually sit on the living room couch, and I can literally walk her through an album in real time, and it feels like we're sitting next to each other. We're Joy. We're an experienced team from Apple, Sonos, and Yahoo. We're backed by the best investors in San Francisco, New York, and Cincinnati. You can check us out. And we're disrupting the $31 billion photo album and printing market. We're Joy. You can check us out at joy.co.
Quick question. I know this is a kind of competitive market. I'm familiar with a product called Loop that went through Highway 1 about 18 months ago. What would you say are your key differences with close competitors?
So we think we're building an entirely new category, the smart photo album. Everything else that's existed is either a tablet or a digital photo frame. Digital photo frames haven't been innovated on in decades. They're plugged into the wall all the time. They don't have touchscreen. They don't play video. They're small screen sizes. So we're creating a new category, the smart photo album. We're the first of its kind, and we just have the best solution in the market today.
Can you talk a little bit about your traction? How many units have you sold? Who are you selling them to? Sure.
We're still very early in the journey. We were funded a year ago by Obvious Ventures, which is Ev Williams' fund. And since then, we've built our entire hardware and software team. We've built our first prototypes. We've built our entire back-end software, iOS and Android apps. And we're aiming to ship the device in Q3.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Joy.
Thank you.